Hello, hello, everybody. We'll get started here in 2 minutes. So I hope everyone's having a great day. It's a little cooler out today, but still beautiful out. Just checking to make sure everything is working and set up. Everything looks good. And I can't wait to get started today. So one more minute and I will get us going. Well, you can hear me. Okay, I'm gonna step back a little bit from my microphone, but hopefully it's still working good. And of course, if you have any questions or want to say hi, use the chat or the Q&A as we go along. If I miss anything, I'll take questions at the end. All right, it's 12 o'clock. So we'll go ahead and get started. So hey everybody, welcome to day 5 of the Uplevel Your Cooking 5-day challenge. I can't believe we're already here. This week has flown by and I hope you've gained some confidence in the kitchen. So today we're closing it out with a bang, a special occasion meal, Honey-Balsamic Glazed Filet Mignon. This one's elegant but super doable. And it's a great example how cooking at home can still feel like a treat. So before we get into the recipe, quick recap of what we've covered this week. Day 1, we got organized, making the kitchen work with you, not against you. Day 2, we talked about cooking once and eating twice. Hello, time savers. So, right? Day 3, we plan to head for those extra busy days, prepping a freezing meal to pull out when you need it. And day 4, we worked on being creative and using what you have, including leftovers and simple ingredients. So today is all about celebrating how far you've come and giving yourself permission to cook something special every now and then. So let's get started. I'm going to adjust my screen here. You can see what I have. So we've got 3 beautiful filet mignons. I've already added olive oil to this as well as salt and pepper and let it rest for 30 minutes to come to room temperature. So we just need to add the rosemary and garlic powder to this. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing without not having my face in there. Okay, so I'm going to add the rosemary and garlic powder. All right, and then I'm going to put my stove on a medium-high heat. Add a couple tablespoons of butter and let that get heated up. While I get that heated up, I'm going to work on the glaze. So we're going to set the temp for the glaze for at simmer, or so about medium heat, and then we'll simmer that for 5 to 7 minutes until it's thickened. So let's get all the ingredients for the glaze while we're waiting for our skillet to heat up. So we're going to add the balsamic vinegar, 1/2 cup, 1/4 cup of honey, tablespoons of Dijon mustard. And a little bit more. Two cloves of garlic. And 1 tablespoon of fresh rosemary. So I've got it all chopped up already. Stir that up and then again, let it simmer for 5 to 7 minutes until it thickens. So. Butter all around. We're kind of, this is a over 100-year-old house and the kitchen's even older, so things are a little slanted. But we make it work. Okay, so I'm gonna give this just a little bit more time. You just want the butter sizzling. Before we add filet mignons. And just, if you didn't know, filet mignons are just a smaller cut of the beef tenderloin. So that's how they're this from the same, but they're just cut a little bit smaller, sometimes like a more of a medallion cut or a circle. So that's what makes them different from beef tenderloin. Well, let me just check to see if we have any questions. Nothing so far, so we're all good. Just waiting for it to heat up just a little bit more. To make sure I don't forget. So we're gonna give it a nice sear. 2 minutes on each side before we pop it in the oven. So medium-high heat. 2 minutes on each side. Timer for 2 minutes. And then after we get them seared on both sides for 2 minutes, we're gonna add the glaze. Check to see if you have any questions. Sorry, I want to make sure I don't miss anything. I don't see anything. So yeah, feel free to leave your questions or say hi. And once these are seared and I put it in the oven, I want the internal temp to be 125. I like our steaks medium rare. So I like them to be cooked to about 125. So I will, it still cooks after, it still cooks while it's resting. So I just want to make sure I don't overdo it. And yours might take longer, or you might like yours at a different temp, like medium. Maybe you like yours rare, so. All right, let's get these flipped over. Hear them for another 2 minutes before we put the glaze on. Have an Easter plan. I'm going up to my parents. We're going up to our parents, my parents up north. So I'm just bringing these casserole. So that's my Easter dish this weekend. Just another minute, and then this will be done and ready to add the glaze. These are pretty thick. Might be 1.5 inches on one to 1 inch on the other. So this depends on the size and thickness, how long it's going to take in the oven. So it might be 5 minutes. It might be more than that. It depends on what temp you want it and your oven time. So oven times may vary. In like 15 seconds, they're both going to be done at the same time. So we're turning that good. All right. Perfect. Like the top of the heat. I'm going to add the glaze. And the leftover glaze you can use afterwards too when you know the dipping sauce. Like okay, all right. Put that glaze aside, and I'm going to put this in the oven for 5 minutes. I'm going to start it for 5 minutes because I like to be more conservative. I don't want to overcook my steak. So I can always add more minutes, but I can't undo overcooks. And just be careful, this is heavy. For 5 minutes. And I just, while that's cooking, let's chat about something that makes nights like this way easier. So, because a big part of our cooking better at home is starting with better ingredients. That's why we started offering our monthly beef subscription boxes to make it easier for you to get beef directly from the farm to your doorstep. And what's more easier than subscribing and then being all set for the next several months. So I wanted to let you know we only open signups twice a year to reserve a monthly beef subscription. And the next round opens Monday, April 21st. And if you reserve a subscription on that money, you also get a dozen eggs each month with your box. So it's only open 5 days next week, closes Friday, April 25th. So here's the scoop. We deliver within 50 miles of our farm. we're 45 miles west of Minneapolis. So if you're outside of our delivery zone and aren't able to get a subscription, we still have options to pick up on the farm for other boxes. And we do offer shipping once a month from our farm's best of beef, for our farm's best of beef box. And that's 11 pounds of different cuts. And that's for the state of Minnesota. We do shipping in the state of Minnesota. So I wanted to let you know about that. And for the monthly beef subscription, you can choose from a 7-pound, 10-pound, or 25-pound box to meet your family needs. And you can pick your plan, 6-month or 12-month. And yes, you can skip a box anytime you need to. So all of it comes right here from our farm. Beef raised with care, transparency, and flavor that makes meals like this one extra memorable. So when you signed up for the challenge, you got an email with an exclusive discount to use for your first month's box. I'm going to share it. I'm not going to share it here, but I'll include it again in this replay email you'll get today. So I hope that helps to know where you can get farm fresh beef right from a farm. So we've got a couple minutes left. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Put it in the chat or the Q&A. And almost ready with this. I'm going to check the temp after the 5 minutes and see where we're at. So it might be a couple more minutes, but if it doesn't get done before we wrap up, it's almost done. But it's smelling amazing. I wish Zoom had a smell feature right now. It smells really good, especially with that rosemary, the fresh rosemary. It's really, really fragrant. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds. And if it's not quite, if it's done or not quite done, I'll pop it back in the oven in a little bit here, but we'll finish up the video, even if it's not ready. And some options to cook as a side with these filet mignons, I attached in your recipe book the risotto. So I'm gonna make that later, or mashed potatoes, or just some green beans or something. So, or asparagus. Those are some options to have alongside this very elegant meal. So we've got 40 seconds. My husband's going to be happy to have some of this soon. Okay. I'm going to check the temp, but we'll plate it anyways, even if it's not quite done yet. We can wrap this up. Let's check an idea of it's going to take longer than that. Oh yeah, it's going to take longer. See the smaller ones. So we're only on 60. It's about 65. So yeah, these are going to take way longer than 5 minutes. So I would add another couple minutes. This one, the smaller one's 85. So I would just add, for myself, I would add 2 more minutes. And then go from there, maybe 1 minute after that. I'm just going to plate this so you can see how beautiful they are. It's looking good. I'll put them back in the oven for a little bit longer, but I don't want to I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you have things to do. So let's wrap this up. So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for being here, showing up for yourself, and letting me be a part of your kitchen this week. I hope you feel a little bit more confident, a little more inspired, and like you've got a few more tools in your apron pocket. So keep cooking, keep experimenting, and don't forget your kitchen is yours. Make it a space you love being in. And if you're ready to keep that momentum going and stock your freezer with quality beef that makes dinner decisions easier, those subscriptions go live Monday. I'll be cheering you on. So if you have any questions, hang out for one more minute here to answer anything. I don't see anything. So feel free to pop in a question if you have one. Otherwise, don't forget to check your inbox for the replay and your exclusive code for those monthly beef subscriptions. So thank you again and have a wonderful Easter.